social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
We're back, everybody. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the titles. You know what we're about to do. We're going to be talking about this dust up with Letitia James, the AG in New York, her committing some of the same frauds that she alleged that Trump committed. So let's bring the video in. Shout out to Red Pill Dawn. We'll be looking at
it's important
from her video.
That attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of these United States is not above the law.
No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
I'm going to use the law both as a sword and as a shield and challenge Donald Trump. And each and every time he issues an illegal executive order, I am going to stand up to him because he represents to me sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity.
Please sue him for us.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the...
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms.
Well, the chickens have finally come home to roost for Letitia James. But it looks like the chickens are roosting in Virginia, but filing tax forms in New York.
Wow.
Letitia James is being accused of 3 things.
Now, here is what she's accused of doing. 1, listing a home in Virginia as her primary residence in 2023 while serving as New York's top prosecutor. 2, James reportedly also listed her father as her husband on mortgage applications. And 3, the Federal Housing Finance Agency says she bought a 5-family home in Brooklyn, but misrepresented the same property as only having 4 units in building permit applications and numerous documents. Now, this, of course, is a role reversal of sorts for James. In 2022, she won a $454 million civil fraud judgment against President Trump and the Trump Organization, stating he falsified business records and misrepresented his net worth. That case currently on appeal. James frequently sat in the courtroom throughout those proceedings. No love lost between the two, as you can see in some of these pictures. President Trump reacting to the new accusations against her, writing on Truth Social. Letitia James, a totally corrupt politician, should resign from her position as New York State Attorney General immediately. Everyone.
All right, I do have a question. How in the world, back up a little smidgen here, Jason, how did they take a picture of her in the courtroom? You're not supposed to have cameras in the courtroom, I thought, in New York. It might be parsing
on appeal. James frequently sat in the...
Yeah, that might be just like trying to slice hairs, but how did you actually... You're not supposed to do that. I thought, at least. Maybe it's something else.
The courtroom throughout those proceedings. No love lost between the two, as you can see in some of these pictures. President Trump reacting to the new accusations against her, writing on Truth Social. Letitia James, a totally corrupt politician, should resign from her position as New York State Attorney General immediately. Everyone is trying to make New York great again, and it can never be done with this wacky crook in office.
Well, she was the prosecutor who won a $454 million civil fraud case against President Trump. Well, now the Trump administration is turning the tables on her for the very same thing. Well, James's office issued this statement saying, quote, "The Attorney General James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers, especially as this administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and the Constitution. She will not be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are."
Letitia James says she's not going to be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are. Who knew that marriage license clerks were bullies? It looks like she needs to stop getting marriage advice from Ilhan Omar.
Well, by law, James' primary residence has to be in New York State, not the Commonwealth of Virginia, for her to even serve as the Attorney General. She must have lived in the state for the last 5 years before the election. So we'll have to see if she lived in Virginia or New York, or if this even qualifies her to stay in office.
Both Letitia James and Alvin Bragg were using novel legal theories to put together unprecedented cases against the then former president of the United States of America, the first of its kind in our history. You would think if you're going to do something like that, you would actually have some solid evidence. With this type of lawfare, they judge shop and they jury shop and they go to these super duper duper Democrat areas where it doesn't matter if you are guilty or not. They are going to find you guilty. What these guys are doing is lawfare. It's unethical. It's criminal. And justice is on the horizon. But what else is on the horizon, apparently, is Letitia James potentially jet-setting around for personal campaign reasons on the taxpayer dime.
All right. So shout out to, I'm not going to do the, there's actually, I'll leave the link for the video down in the description. So thank you to Red Dawn Daily for that. I just want to get like a summary of what's going on with the Letitia James, since this seems to have really picked up a lot of steam and you might not have been able to keep up with what was going on or didn't know what was going on. Just thought it was really super interesting. So down in the comments below, let me know what you think. Do you think this is just some shenanigans? Do you think it's just smoke and mirrors? There's really nothing here. Do you think that this is yet another example of corrupt politicians doing corrupt things? Let me know what you think down below. I really appreciate it. Later on today, we'll be celebrating my 51st birthday. So we'll be doing a birthday live stream. So come on back by, get some cake, get some ice cream, all that kind of good stuff. I'm looking forward to rock with you all. So until then, everybody, grace and peace.